Hello, welcome to Ring Takes here in episode 114. We're going to be talking about the road to SummerSlam. Lots of things happening on Raw and Smackdown, as well as TNA Slammiversary getting a look here tonight. We will be talking about that big pay-per-view that they had this past weekend. AJ Styles returning and more. Stay tuned.
One, two, oh my gosh, so close. He kicked out. He kicked out. He kicked.
Hello, welcome to Ring Takes episode 114, of course, with Brian and Lewis. I'm Daniel. We're kicking off the road to SummerSlam a couple weeks out, 2 weeks out now. But we're taking off. Burn notice, SummerSlam's coming on the way, episode 114. Let's get into it, guys. Roman Reigns returning to WWE the previous week, but actually having an in-ring segment against, we still don't know the name of this group. I don't understand it. I don't know why, but here we are. Roman Reigns returns to Monday Night Raw to confront Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. What did you guys make of this coming back from Roman Reigns and actually going face to face with Paul Heyman?
This is actually one of those times where I actually think that Paul Heyman looked less than as far as like the actual promo goes because Roman was kind of spitting some science at him. It's actually spitting reality as well, talking about, I found it funny. I don't know if you guys did, but initially when Roman does his whole spiel, acknowledge me to the crowd, Paul Heyman stuck his hand up. I thought that was hilarious. He did the fact that he did that. I'm like, that's classic Paul. I mean, that wasn't written in the script. That was just Paul Heyman. I can tell to make it funny. But I mean, the promo that he cut was very good. To actually hear Roman Reigns kind of use the word acknowledging the help that he had received over the years to retain his titles, even going as far as giving someone like Solo credit, Sammy and everybody credit, but then to kind of cut Paul Heyman off as to say like they actually physically did stuff. What did you do in a sense? Which I thought in a way was very, very clever. I know that this is it's a promo segment that initially they were going to have to get to between those two, and I definitely think it came off very well. And then you had Jay coming in to make the save afterwards. Definitely, it accomplished what it needed to accomplish, and now it looks like we're going to get this tag team match at SummerSlam, which based upon the talent that's in it is going to be definitely very entertaining. So definitely was a great way to close out Monday Night Raw.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought it was a great promo. I feel like we haven't had, obviously because Roman's been away for a while, but it was like refreshing to get a full-blown, just an actual like promo from Roman. And it just shows how good he is in this role. And even just looking back at him referencing just how long he was champ, everything that they built up, how great the bloodline and everything was. It was just kind of good to touch back on all that just because it's been so far removed from that. And yeah, kind of like Brian said, and I was even in my mind, I'm like, what is Paul doing? I'm like, just in the sense that I'm like, you did this whole thing where, you said that he made you do all this but then he comes back and you're already like, tribal chief. We work better together. Than it's like, you were so. You made me be the bad. I'm the one who was right and justified in everything I did. But now you're trying to go back on his good graces, he's
a weasel.
It's true, and I get it. Seth's not there, but it's just like. It's just like, like you said, yeah, he's a weasel, but it's just like throwing all that stuff that happened at WrestleMania out the window. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, in this sense, I don't know. Maybe I was expecting a little bit more out of Braun Breaker, but it was very clear to see you got the vet and the newbie, and it's just so clear cut, and it's just like, hey, little guy. chill out, like. So, but I thought it was great. And like Brian said, acknowledging everybody who was a part of the bloodline. But I love how he touched upon, like, he's like, I didn't become this because of Paul. I did all this. I became this. He's like, and it's because of everybody who literally acknowledged me that I was able to become the tribal chief. And that's how all this came to fruition. Yeah, you helped. Yeah, you set these things up, but it was all me. And it's true. It's just he became so big that it brought in everything and it just worked so well. So, but I thought it was a great promo, great interaction, and just great to have the tribal chief back.
Yep. As always, it's always good to have Roman Reigns back. I thought it was a pretty good promo, as you guys already stated, stating the history of the bloodline and what's been going on and stuff like that. And kind of singling out. It's kind of, I guess, if Seth is going to be out or whatever this is going to be, it kind of has to be Roman versus Paul in a sense, because we haven't really got much from Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed on their own versus Roman Reigns in that sense. So him and Paul having the war words and kind of having the lackeys of Paul kind of step up for him is kind of the right way to go. I like it. As you said, Lewis, the young versus the old vet, the guy that's established versus this guy that's trying to make a name for himself. Both guys that are brawlers, bruisers, going at each other, they kind of have to collide. Even Bronson Reed, I don't think Bronson Reed spoke, right? Like,
you saw his mouth moving, but he wasn't really saying anything.
Yeah, but I thought it was pretty good to see Braun Breaker kind of step up to him, and we're kind of going to get that collision there going forward. So looking at it from that standpoint, I like it. Of course, having Roman Reigns back is always a plus. And I like the fact that him and Paul are going at it. Like, Paul's kind of being like the Weasley guy that I talked about, kind of weaseling his way around, even though he's still showing allegiance to Roman a little bit there in a sense, even though it's like, yo, what side are you on when you're doing little stuff? I don't know if he was mocking him in that sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
No, I was just gonna say I like the fact that Braun Breaker did in a sense step up and actually did try to cut a promo. Yeah, great that he stepped up. But we got a long way to go if we're talking about. But obviously, we're talking about going head to head with the top guy in the company.
Yeah.
Now, eventually, Braun Breaker is going to get there, but there's levels to it.
Yeah. I think that kind of has to be that type of thing, because I remember when Cody Rhodes was in the Legacy and stuff like that, and him and Ted were trying to get it through those promos, and it was like, all right, these guys are still green. Like, even looking back and stuff like that, with guys like trying to step up, like they're in the ring with those guys who are the heavy hitters, the top guys, the main events. They kind of have to go through those growing pains. And I think that's where having Paul is a plus in this sense, where they can kind of lean on him and have him try to be the vocal point. But I think that was an opportunity for Braun to speak. I didn't think he did bad, but you can tell it's just like, it's not who we're going to talk about next. It's not CM Punk and Gunther. It's not that level yet.
It will be there, though. Especially seeing that, based on a report that's out there, he is going to be one of the talent that they feature a lot in the future. Braun Breaker.
Oh yeah, you already know it.
And Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, that was the whole thing what they were talking about when they moved to Netflix, right? One of the main things was to get him on Monday Night Raw to be featured. Yeah. So he's already being groomed for that main event spot.
And now with Seth possibly being down, if he is down, they might have to accelerate that now with him. So it's going to be very interesting.
He's going to have to step up into that role, because he can't just be like, this just,
placeholder until Seth comes back.
I can't just be like this big enforcer without having somebody to be kind of the talking piece. Now he has to be that as well. He can't just be like the muscle and doing all these hot spots and spearing everybody. Now he's like, you got to speak up now too. You got to, install your dominance and create your actual character and persona. I mean, and it's funny, because thinking back, I'm like, Braun was in NXT for a long time. And I mean,
like 3-4 years. It was a while.
I mean, I'm not going to say I watched all of 2.0, but I did see a good amount of the interactions he had with, who was he facing a lot?
Carmelo Hayes.
Did he face Dragunov? Trick Williams too, I think.
He did face Dragunov. That's how the NXT UK title got merged with the NXT title.
Yeah.
Actually, scratch that. Hold on, wait. That wasn't Dragunov. That was Tyler Bate. My fault. I'm mixed those two guys.
It was Tyler Bate, and then he was a part of the
I don't know if he feuded with Dragunov. I don't think he did.
He was part of the group that was like getting rid of the old NXT too. So
yeah. No, it was Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes, and then Trick was in that too.
Yeah, Trick was involved in that.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, maybe it's just because of where his spot is now. I feel like he's gonna have to do something to like get his character and just himself.
He's gonna have to do like the Bronson Reed. He's gonna have to do like the Bronson Reed 6 tsunamis off the top rope.
Yeah,
because that's what got Bronson Reed noticed. He's gonna have to start taking some guys out. So,
but this thing is like Bron's already noticed. I'm just talking about like in terms of being able to cut a stronger promo, and I mean, I guess it's tough right now because we don't really know the direction that they're going in right now because obviously Seth's out, so it's like, what is the goal right now? You know, so.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it's like, is he going after the championship now? Are they just going to target him and Roman? Picture? But we'll see what happens. Just good to have Roman Reigns back. So it looks like we're heading to a tag team match between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Hopefully that gets announced next week. We'll see what happens with that. Let's keep moving on there to the opening segment of the night. CM Punk and Gunther face to face. Obviously, we knew what it was going to be when CM Punk came back, winning that gauntlet match to become the new #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title. What did you guys think about this promo with Punk's passion and then Gunther kind of saying, "You're not the best in the world. I'm the best in the world."
I mean, that promo segment was kind of like the best of both guys in a sense. When you really look at it, you know, because you know they're both obviously laying claim to the best in the world title. You heard like Dan mentioned, you know, CM Punk with his passion, him mentioning one of his goals when coming back. One of them was main event WrestleMania, which he did, and now it's to obviously win the world title. So you love that little bit of storytelling that he did, and then obviously Gunther, you know, with his, you know, I know the crowd kind of drowned him out first in the beginning, but you know he did eventually, you know, settle in.
Eventually, he got his point across.
he did get his point across, but he's starting to like very master that very well. I noticed that, and like in the beginning when he would like cut promos, like the crowd would drown him out a lot, and it would be difficult for him to kind of like eventually give his promo. That's something he's gotten a whole lot better at.
I think he's great. I've always looked at promo work. Now, it's at a different level right now.
Now he's mastering it. But like I said, the promo segment was kind of the best of both guys. I mean, it got the point across. I'm in a sense kind of hoping that we get a clean finish between both these two, because I am in the majority that the Seth Rollins injury is indeed legit, but in a way because of the caliber of these guys both on the mic and in the ring, I kind of just for once, can we just get a clean finish between both? just for once, just out of respect for both of their wrestling ability and both their character work and everything that they bring to professional wrestling, just for out of respect for those two guys, can we just get a clean finish for this one, please?
Yeah, but you don't think a clean finish, I guess, hurts either one of them?
No, not at this point.
Because you think if Punk beats Gunther clean, you don't think that knocks him down a couple of notches? Yeah,
I'm honestly starting to look at Punk. I don't know if I should make this comparison or not, but I'm almost starting to look at Punk in the Randy Orton sense as in like realistically, if he does lose,
I can see that.
Does it really matter at this point? He's still CM Punk.
Yeah,
the fans still love him.
And hey, he has lost a lot, you know, which I've said that you know, is Punk actually ever going to get a world title? You know, because. Just from first coming back and then injuries and all this and stuff, but now he's been looking great and he's looking like, you know, he's back to like his old, you know, like, or just like in his prime basically, you know. But I think only with this interaction, I loved Punk's promo, just, you know, him talking about, you know, even like doubting himself, but he's just like, no, I'm CM Punk. I'm the best in the world. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I was hoping for a little more back and forth between them, just like trading shots. But maybe we'll get that next week. But I think that was the only thing. I mean, I loved Gunther's promo, just like, and I mean, he kind of did it with Jay too, just like, I'm gonna maul you, I'm gonna embarrass you, I'm gonna just destroy you, and it's as simple as that. Because that's what he does, and that's what he needs to present every time. I was just hoping for a little more, like, back and forth, but still great. Straight to the point, and it did the job it needed to do.
Yeah, I thought it was effective from both guys. Punk kind of showing that even though he does believe that he's the best in the world, is kind of like this underdog, like, because he's been trying to win the title ever since coming back. So that's kind of been the journey. He had that match against John Cena. Did he have another title match? I'm trying to think. I can't remember who else he faced.
I think the Cena match was the only.
That was his first title match, right?
Yeah,
since being back. And it's been like, I know he's had the injury, but it's been 2-3 years now since he's been back. And to now get this opportunity again, he hasn't really gotten it, right? And I think that's kind of adding to the mystique of him, because it's kind of like pulling for him to regain that chance, like basically finish his story, right? Win a world title in WWE, get the title. So we're all waiting to see that. And I think it's good that he's going up against Gunther, because Gunther has been the best in the world, one of the best wrestlers in the world, if not the best, with his run right now. And just being consistent and being dominant in the ring and finding ways to win. He's been doing that throughout his whole run. So I think it's very impressive. Both of these guys are at the top of the game. And to get this match at SummerSlam, I can't wait. I can't wait to see. This is probably one of the best matchups that they can have on paper, in the ring, whatever the case may be. It's going to be, it's going to be a good match ultimately at the end of the day.
Yep, it is. They're going to deliver.
Let's keep moving on to other Raw notes. We had the LWO becoming new number one contenders, which was shocking. What do you guys think about
that? What are you telling me? Latinos.
That kind of came out of left field, came out of nowhere. As soon as I saw that, I was just like, "Oh, okay." So they want the judgment. So they obviously want the Judgment Day. They obviously get a clean title defense. Okay.
No. Okay. No. You know what's gonna happen? Ray's gonna come back and screw them out the title.
Oh my goodness. That's not happening. I'm just shocked at it, because it's like the Creed brothers. I'm waiting for the Creed brothers to get this moment. They're getting all this airtime with El Miraco, whatever the hell his name is now.
Wow. Wow, Dan.
No, Lewis. In this case, we can refer to it as that, because this whole Ludwig Kaiser and the cosplay bullshit. It's like I said initially. It's like I said weeks ago when he initially appeared on the show. It's like, okay, if you want to show him once to kind of like really throw in the idea that Chad Gable and El Grande Americano are two different people, fine, do it once. But the fact that he's actually having matches and that week after week now it's getting ridiculous. Like, come on.
What do you mean?
My thing about it is they didn't even show how Ludwig Kaiser got conned into doing this. Like if Chad had something over him or something like that, hey, you got to fill in for me, XYZ. You know what I mean? They didn't really explain why he's doing this.
Bro, just imagine if you're Ludwig Kaiser and you're thinking that you're the next guy being pushed to the next level, and they have a plan for you. You kind of break away from Gunther, but not really break away from Gunther, because you're kind of doing your own thing. And then they put you in that fucking match.
The Intercontinental title picture, and they put a mask on you.
All right, so I'm probably the last one to be agreeing on El Grande Americano, because honestly, when I first saw it, I was like, "This is stupid."
No, I like the gimmick. I like the gimmick with Chad Gable.
So this is my take with Kaiser is it shouldn't just end with him though. I feel like this should be an ongoing thing where multiple people can be El Grande Americano. Like you got Chad, you got Kaiser, then you get, let's say randomly Austin Theory's like El Grande, like you get more people.
Don't you stop it right now.
No,
don't
listen.
Put that on Austin Theory.
If you even look, hey, he's not doing nothing right now, but apparently,
oh my god. They broke
just
him
because of the whole lore of like he's been so great and he's been, doing this for however long in his history. I feel like that will play into the character that multiple people can be him, and it's just an ongoing thing. That's how I feel. But you know what's crazy? Minus this week, last week, and they were even saying it on commentary, they didn't think it was Kaiser that was wrestling because they thought it was somebody else, and I thought it was somebody else. This week, I'm like, oh, that's Kaiser, but he actually did it so well because his Spanish was actually way better. He's like, no te entiendo, lárgate pendejo, and I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker got the accent and everything. So that's where I think I'm like, yo, you could continue to put just random people. Like you can put the Miz as a fucking Grande Americano. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you can I feel like that would add to the lure of just this character where it's like we never really know who the hell he is, even though obviously
you want to know what this is going to end up being at some point. I hope that there's I don't want to say it, but I hope they do this in the Royal Rumble where we get Chad Gable or Ludwig Kaiser. They both get eliminated, and then they both try to come out as El Grande Americano. Like, I can see that paying off and being funny in that sense. Like, I'm fine with that, but it's just like, I just want more for the Creed brothers ultimately. They had the New Day and the Creed brothers in this match, and it's like LWO gets the win. I don't know if that's because they're going to New York, Latinos out there, and you're trying to get that. Like, but number one, first of all, they're getting that opportunity. Happy for LWO because we've always been like, what are they doing with them? Are they going to get an opportunity? Are they actually going to get to wrestle? And then to get that win on Monday Night Raw, awesome shock. But we got it. So
it's funny with the Creed brothers. It's like, yes, they're great in ring, but I feel like they're so latched onto Chad Gable that now it's like, well, what do we do with them? Or are they just
push them?
I know, but it's like, and that maybe that's the thing because their characters right now are just like I said, they're just really attached to Chad, and they're more kind of like minions or whatever in the sense. Like they're not presenting this whole like we're the best tag team. Like they're not cutting their own promos. I feel like until that starts happening, they'll be at least taken more serious and pushed a little bit more. But I feel like they haven't had that chance yet.
Yeah, but in a sense, isn't that kind of what we wanted though? Oh, we wanted Chad Gable to be with America with the Creed brothers.
Yeah, but this whole Grande Americano is kind of taken away from all of that.
Yeah, that's the real problem. That storyline is what's fucking them up.
But it's actually worked out really good for Chad Gable though, because it's he's getting all these crazy opportunities going to AAA and having these amazing matches and doing all this other stuff, but it's taken away from the group essentially, which kind of should be the focus. But
damn, just sucks that he got hurt. That's the main thing. So
hopefully he's back soon.
We'll see what happens with that. Moving on, we actually got a Karrion Kross win. Two shockers on Monday Night Raw as Karrion Kross picks up the win against his foe Sami Zayn, who he's been trying to get into his head with. Cheating his way to win. What do you guys make of that real quick?
Go ahead, Luce.
I was very shocked that this match even happened. After them saying that Sami Zayn was going to be out indefinitely and then 1 week, a week off, and then coming back this week, he's just back. I'm like, that's not indefinitely.
He just got destroyed. He got destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. Like they used the wrong term. Like what? I
don't think you guys know what indefinitely means.
Does anybody know what y'all know what indefinitely means? Indefinitely means like for the year.
Like he's out. We don't know when he's
like he's out. He's out, and
we have no updates.
It's so bad that you don't even know if he's ever coming back. Yeah. That's what indefinitely means.
But
he's gonna be out for 2 weeks or something. Like
yeah, but obviously was happy that Karrion Kross got the win. Even at the end with that little, I don't know where he did it, but he was like bleeding from his nose and just like the blood dripping, and then he got scarlet here over like licking his blood and stuff. It was just like, I think it just added to their overall character. I just really hope this isn't the last we see him on TV. Like, give us more feuds. get into any title picture. I don't care if AJ beats Karrion Kross, then give me Kross versus AJ.
But here's the thing that makes it so difficult. Like, we want to see him in the title picture, but every champion is a heel right now, with the exception of Tiffany Stratton.
He's a tweener right now.
Who's a default babyface. Mm-hmm. But every other champion is a heel. So it's like we want Kross to that level, but like the feud is not going to be entertaining, which is why you mentioned AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And they
was a janitor to this.
They can always go.
By the way, he's just doing that. He's just popping up anywhere Dom is. I love that.
It's hilarious. It is hilarious. And he does it so well.
It's different though. You don't see, you rarely see AJ Styles like that in a comedic way like that. So some people might be turned off by it because they're used to seeing him a certain way. But that was actually very creative, popping up and ran. First he's a janitor, then he's
the valet.
It kind of reminds me of Stone Cold Steve Austin when Stone Cold Steve Austin would dress up like a firefighter or a ring maid or cameraman. Doctor, like just always showing up with chauffeur. I did like that. What did you guys think about the Sheamus and Rusev match? They're now 1-1 each, with Sheamus picking up the win, which obviously is going to lead to a rubber match.
Which is probably going to be at SummerSlam. Again,
there better not be no Irish brawl. Him and Pete Dunne had.
Matter of fact, that's probably not going to be at SummerSlam. They're probably going to save it for an episode of Raw. And it's probably going to be like one of those. What were they? Like Belfast Street Brawl or something. Some type of street fight that's revolved around. All of a
sudden, WWE has just ran out of ideas. Let's call a street fight for wherever they are.
You guys having all these street fights. It's a Belfast street fight. It's a Spain street fight. I'm like, bro, what's the difference? You see, the streets are the same.
Bourbon street fight. Like
the streets are the streets. Like, bro, it's a fight. All right, it's a no DQ fight. Okay, we get it.
Yeah.
What did you guys make of Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria's promo, basically setting up their match for SummerSlam, and also Becky kind of costing them later in the night for the tag team championships? I thought it was weird that Bayley and Lyra tag teaming again.
Yes, psychologically,
week prior.
Yeah, psychologically, I didn't really understand that from Bayley's perspective. I think that kind of made her look weak in a sense because just a couple of weeks ago, all three of them were cutting the promo segment in the ring, and Lyra was referring to her as a loser, as the past, and threw a lot of negatives out there. So for you to then lose, I think Bayley got pinned in that triple threat, correct?
Yeah,
because she got rolled up by Becky. Yeah, so to be the one to take the pin and essentially get insulted, and then literally go back to the same woman and kind of use the excuse of, oh, this was supposed to happen at WrestleMania, and that's why I wanted to tag with you. It's just like it seems a little bit weak, a little bit lazy booking.
It threw something in there that we didn't need. We didn't need that. We didn't need that.
It's like why would they tag after all of that? Like it's pretty much it's been made obvious they're not friends anymore. They're not on the same page anymore. So why would they tag up after
Especially the way Bayley and Lyra are going at each other, talking to each other. They're not going to just
more so the way Lyra is going at Bayley because
last week I felt like it was Bayley going after Lyra, and then I felt like Lyra kind of picked it up once they got in the ring and stuff like that before their 2 out of 3 matches. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where that goes with Becky and Lyra being set up for SummerSlam. So should be a good match. Can't wait to see it. We had the Secret Harvest interfering in EO for Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer has been on Raw and she's been on SmackDown. Just going anywhere.
They're shooting her to the moon.
Daniel, you should be afraid of this because you've been the one that's been complaining the most about Nikki Bella in general. I have a bad feeling of where this is going for SummerSlam.
Oh,
it might be a 6-woman tag with, and you know what that means. If Nikki's going to be there, who else is going to be the third partner? That's what I'm saying. You should not like the where this is going. But unless I think Stephanie, I don't know if Stephanie's having a match on SmackDown or if she was advertised for next week on Raw, but either on SmackDown or on Raw, expect a beatdown and eventually expect those two to run down.
Oh, so you think it's going to be Secret Harvest with Chelsea Green versus Stephanie McCur and the Bella
Twins.
No, Rhea. Oh, they're in attack. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh my god, no!
And Nikki already came to, and Stephanie already came to save Nikki on last week's episode of Raw, so it's already being built. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Why would they do this? No.
Don't be surprised if we get a Nikki Bella
it was
appearance
originally
on
supposed
Raw.
to be the Bellas versus who?
Liv and Raquel. I guess that was supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, I think initially that's what I think that was going to be the evolution.
I can't believe you guys just said that. It was right in front of my face all my time, and I'm not even thinking of that. I'm not even thinking of
It's
that.
like, wait, they could do no.
Yeah, you mentioned Rhea Ripley. I'm like, nah, bro, she's a triple threat.
Oh, damn it.
That's what it's looking like. Either it's going to be just going to be a tag or it's just a 6-woman tag. And I'm assuming it makes too much sense for them to do a 6-woman tag, unless
the only other person that would be Zelina, just because of the whole United States Championship feud. But
she's kind of been out of the mix.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but then you haven't been featuring Julia like that, so it's like you could do an 8.
I mean, they did show her with the belt at Evolution, so there was that. I don't know what they're doing.
Again, Julia, I'm a fan of her. So that's one of the drawbacks when they went back to 2 hours. Certain people that we like aren't going to get featured as much, and now she's a part of that group. Like, you should be seeing Julia every week.
Yeah.
Whether it's a promo package or a match, she should be
First
one of the.
What is Chelsea Green even doing on Raw? That's the first.
She was just screwing Stephanie McCur because she's from SmackDown.
No. I'll tell you the real reason why they're on Raw. It's because of these fucking 2-3 week builds between shows. Yeah. And they can't just build everything on SmackDown because that's only 2 shows. So they gotta fucking go to both shows so everything gets a proper build. That's what it is.
I know we're short on time here, but I just want to get this out the way. Chelsea Green should be going back after her United States title. They did not need to put that on Julia or even Zelina Vega.
No.
For that.
Zelina Vega, nah.
I think they're positioning her to win the Royal Rumble. I'm just going to say that now. I think they're positioning Chelsea Green in some way to win the Royal Rumble. My issue with that is that she would have had a better shelf life if she would have kept having the United States title and weaseling her way to victory until eventually you build up the person that's supposed to go after her to eventually win the title so they get the rub. But they did this, and now she's just randomly in a triple threat. A 6-woman tag match at SummerSlam, which we're probably going to get.
Well, it's not announced yet, but it makes sense, though.
You threw it out there, Lewis. You guys put the devil's name out there, and this is what's happening.
Name.
We're going to get
Stephanie McCur
and Nikki Bella. Now this is my thing.
I mean, we don't.
Nobody like this is the thing that they're doing. We don't care for Nikki Bella, so what they're going to do? Put her next to the hottest new thing. So she can get the rub. Are you kidding? Stop doing this.
Dad, you know everything you just explained. It just makes perfect sense, and it's good business. So for you to say, how dare they do this when it's like, but that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm so mad. Put her next to the hottest. Put her next to the hottest female in the company,
and she wears red.
People will care about it. People will care. She's next to the hottest female in the company.
All I know is if Nikki Bella comes out with the devil horns on her hat, I'm gonna be pissed. All right.
Oh my god.
Let's keep moving on to the SmackDown side of things. Cody Rhodes and John Cena set for street fight at SummerSlam. What did you guys make of this latest development? I did like the chicken hill shit from John Cena. Basically saying that he's not. I liked it because it's like he's being a coward, And at least we're getting that John Cena. So I'm fine with that. But what do you guys make of this being set up in Cody Rhodes, John Cena's War of Worlds?
I'm starting to see signs, man, from Cody.
I'm just going to stop it right there. I'm going to stop it right there.
I'm starting to see signs, man.
WWE, if you guys try to do a double turn, I will punch my screen in the face. I will punch my TV monitor, whatever I'm watching SummerSlam on, and break it because it's not right, and they know it's not right.
They're leaning in. They're leaning into
I'm not going to give any sympathy. I'm not going to give any sympathy to John Cena right now. No, there's nothing in his character development that shows me that I want him to be a babyface. There's nothing.
But he's retiring. You have to have sympathy for him.
In December?
No, this whole year. That's the whole point.
They cannot do this. They cannot. WWE, if you're listening to me, we're 2 weeks away from SummerSlam. Do not do this. He is not the right person. The right person would be a substantial babyface. Jey Uso.
Great. All right. Okay.
Sami Zayn. If Cody did a double turn on one of those guys or turned heel on one of those guys, it will be more impactful.
Okay. Okay. All right. Daniel, hear me out. Even if it's not, even if
Brian,
it's not,
do not do this.
I'm just saying. As a result, now that we know this is a street fight, we already know what that means. That means it's going to be like 30 run-ins. All right, we know that. So we know that. So because of that, something very significant has to happen in this main event. This is night 2 of SummerSlam. Remember, night 2 of WrestleMania. I was there that night when they had the first one.
I'm telling you what's happening.
Everybody was disappointed as hell. Walking out of that stadium, all I heard was just negative reviews from people talking about how it ended with Travis Scott. This is how this main event has to make up for that bullshit. So something very significant has to happen. If it's not a double heel turn, then what? It has to be something where we look at it and say like, okay, now I'm gonna watch Raw the next night. Something big has to happen. Like
it's gotta be the Rock. It's gotta be the Rock.
I'm not trusting.
But don't you think if he were to turn, isn't that kind of wasted?
It's weird because this is like what was Elimination Chamber for? Like, why'd you sign? So it's a storyline reason. You sided with Cena initially, then you saw how he was as champion, and then you were like, "Oh, I fucked up somewhere. Let me go."
Unless The Rock comes out and helps.
I'm just going to say, since that storyline has happened, has anything made sense? No. No.
Since it started? Nah, not really.
Nothing has made sense.
No explanation for Travis Scott. No follow up on The Rock. It's just was Cody Rhodes by the people, and that was my heel turn.
This is my thing. What is Cody turning heel? What does that do?
I mean,
what's his reason for turning heel?
Yeah,
what will be his reason?
There's no good reason for him turning heel. There's nothing.
I mean, he can always go back. He can always go back to WrestleMania and talk about how the fans started to turn on him there because they sure as
no one's turning on Cody right now.
When he entered the frame with Adam Pearce with the accident outside, which we'll be getting into in a minute, the crowd went crazy for him. Yeah. It's like he's not hated anywhere.
Yeah, he's not hated right now.
That's why I'm like, when people say Cody sucks or people are not cheering for him, I'm like, what are you listening to? I don't know where people are getting this from. Yeah. They ultimately want him to win the title off John Cena. And I'm just going to say this. If people really hated Cody Rhodes, John Cena is helping him be a babyface even more because they're tired of seeing John Cena.
If anything, what I see happening at SummerSlam, you could see, I mean, be unconventional, but you could have Cena recruit somebody to screw.
I've been saying this forever. He should have people around him. I've said it, and I don't know why they continue to do the solo thing. But.
Like I said, the night can't end with just Cena winning and then they go off the air the same way they did for WrestleMania. Like it has to be something very significant that makes you tune in to Raw the next night. Like, and if it's not a double turn, I mean, what else could it besides? I know you mentioned Rock. Like, everybody's kind of let that go since WrestleMania. Like, it's just like,
or maybe Brock Lesnar.
No, y'all laugh. I was actually just thinking about that, like something significant. Like you can have Cena win and then have Brock come out after and just take it.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Cena and Brock team up. Go overboard with this.
Cena and Brock team up? No.
Go overboard with this. Oh my God, that would be such a. Just have The Rock say, "Hey, I have a hired gun." Boom! You got a mercenary. These guys are out to ruin wrestling. 2-man power trip. Let's go. I'm for it. I'm back in. I'm back in with the Cena heel turn. I'm back in. Wishful thing. But it's got to be, something's got to happen because it's like, we know there's going to be a million run-ins. And stuff is going to happen, but we'll see what happens. Let's keep moving on to Solo and Jacob being set for SummerSlam cage match for the United States title. After Solo accused Jacob of causing an accident earlier on Raw. What do you guys make of this?
Yo, I just have one question. I've been thinking about. I actually was thinking about this when I watched it. Yo, what the hell is it with Samoans and vehicles?
What do you mean?
Like, what is it with Samoans and vehicles? I mean, first it started with Rikishi running over Stone Cold. I did The Rock, right?
You act like everybody does not drive.
Like, bro, like what is it with Samoans and vehicles, bro? I don't get it.
I'm sorry to say this, Jimmy and Jay DUIs.
For God's sake, last year, we when Solo and Tama Tonga were feuding with the KO, there was a car accident. That Tama Tonga caused.
Didn't Roman drive the semi? Didn't Roman drive the semi in the Braun Strowman?
Braun Strowman a couple years ago. Roman Reigns with the Roman Reigns. Yes. Again, what the hell is it with Samoans and vehicles? They just want to they use them to take people out. Shit hits the fan. Hit that motherfucker with a car. Like.
Maybe a lot of them don't have licenses and they got to get other people to drive.
Oh my God!
And then they get even more serious. Then you got both Usos with DUIs. Like, what the hell?
Just always something. Just always. I don't know. I don't
get it.
I don't know. I thought this was a nice wrinkle. I'm sorry to say this, but Jacob's past history with, going to jail and all that other stuff, they kind of played on that and kind of pointing the finger at him to cause the ruckus and stuff like that. I thought it was great. I think it's great that they're giving this layer of work to Solo, so even though he's this comedian, he's making all the faces and stuff like that, and him getting taken out in the cuffs. Like, he's just gold at this point, and I'm glad he's having this moment, because there was the point in time after that Netflix thing where he lost to Roman and lost to Ulafalo, where it's kind of like, where's this guy going? What is he doing? And he's found his footing, and he's done it. He's found his footing, and I love it.
Yeah, he definitely has, found his footing. Like you said, Daniel, I like how they also, kind of alluded to, Jacob Fatu's past. Whenever you can, use your actual reality into a story, it's always.
But they did it positively. He was
they didn't like look at it as a negative to bring him down. It literally kind of added to the story a lot. And I thought it was hilarious. Like Lewis, you had mentioned about like how Solo's like character work has improved dramatically. Little things that he's doing, like right before he got arrested when the cops came out saying that's the guy you need to arrest.
That's the guy you want.
And when he gets arrested, he's like, "What the hell are you guys doing? Get the hell off of me!" I thought that was fun.
And he saw Cody. He's like, "Hey man, help!" Nah, that's gonna be great. Adam Pearce setting up the cage match, which is different. I mean, you can't wait to see that. I mean, SummerSlam has been good with the cage matches. They've had a couple cage matches, but just looking forward to seeing that. Also, we have Andrade and Rey Fenix. I just want the Penta brothers to be together, but we got Andrade and Rey Fenix.
Hey, I'll take Andrade.
Yeah, like, and they're doing something with him, so at least there's
Bro,
that. They defeated
that's the only thing
DIY, Faxium, and Motor City Machine Guns to become number one contenders to face the Wyatt Six for their tag team shadows.
That's the
Go
only
ahead,
reason
bro.
why people don't like the team. Together, they're
good.
They're both tremendous in ring competitors. That's not the issue. The issue is people can't comprehend. It's just like if Phoenix is going to be in a tag team for a tag team for the first time in WWE, why would he not be with his brother? That's why people are looking at the team like
that's not going to happen until the draft.
Yeah, I know eventually they're going to get to it, but it's just like, bro, if he's going to be in a tag team for the first time, he should be with his brother. Common sense, like not with Andrade. Like,
yeah.
And Andrade is great. I'm glad they're doing something with him. I don't understand why they don't do more with him. He should be again in the United States title picture, but glad to see him doing good. The Motor City Machine Guns are there, and they've been a great asset in terms of just adding tag team. What's the word I'm looking for?
Depth,
validation to the tag team division. Yeah, so getting that from them, and then DIY is kind of working in there. So it's just good to have these working teams and seeing tag teams actually get show on SmackDown and Raw. So good kudos for that. We also have Charlotte Flair defeating Raquel Rodriguez, getting help from Alexa Bliss. Roxanne tried to help Raquel. Bliss ended up helping Charlotte. And I kind of like this buddy cop thing they're doing, like where they're just like, hey, I don't like you. I don't trust you. Well, Alexa Bliss is kind of smiley. And then Charlotte's like kind of still wary of it, but they're working together. So we're getting that type of
Charlotte posted a photo on social media, also on social media with the caption saying, like they made me do media with her or something.
Yeah. Like begrudgingly.
They made me take photos, but they made me do media with her, which I thought was
It's funny how their dynamic is working so well right now. And it's doing like,
and we both thought this was
just doing Charlotte a giant favor by like people actually like liking her.
She's coming off looking good.
Yeah, but to just say
she's actually like having.
You want to tell Alexa thank you, like we could buy her her favorite bottle or whatever she's drinking or whatever.
Yeah.
you owe Alexa a lot right now.
Right.
Because I never thought, even though it was in the South, I never thought I would hear a "We Want Charlotte" chant at this point.
Yeah, I think she teared up at the ESPYs talking about that. She was talking about how like she wasn't expecting that, nobody expected that. So good to see her doing good. You know, she had a rough year last year, being hurt, divorce, all that good stuff, and get some good stuff happening. So good for her. Good for her. We have Aleister Black apparently going after Damian Priest. So this is probably Aleister Black's first big feud. Why did they have him lose to R-Truth? But going up against Damian Priest going in the golf off. What do you guys think about that heading in that direction? Carmelo Hayes putting in good work. I don't want to leave him out. We're going to see what happens with him until he actually starts getting some wins. All
right, look, as long as they don't have Aleister Black kind of doing what he was doing in AEW when he was a heel. And I know when he came back, like one of his first promos was that he wasn't going to be like talking in like riddles anymore about stuff. That's what I'm hoping doesn't happen with him being a heel, because like I said, just brings me back to the AEW. Now I know two completely different companies, two completely different ways of booking, but that character wasn't interesting. It wasn't interesting in AEW, even with the group that he had around him. So if he's gonna be a heel, I just want to see something different, something unique.
And these new recruits. Basically.
Who else is goth? It's going to be Joe Gacy. It's going to be the Wyatt Six. There you go.
He's going to recruit them?
He's going to be the leader of the Wyatt Six. It's going to. You heard it here first. Aleister Black is going to lead They need a leader.
I mean, he could essentially just recruit Nikki Cross. Just have her play both sides. Try and turn her, basically.
Oh man!
And see if that's actually something that works.
I don't know what they're doing, but we'll see. We're gonna get some good matches.
We're real life crazy stuff at this point.
We're gonna get some good matches out of Black and Damian Priest. Hopefully, they get a match for SummerSlam, or they're gonna just save them for SmackDown or whatever the case may be. But we should get something good out of that. We got the promo package between Jade and Tiffany Stratton, basically saying they're on the same path, kind of leading to each other. Tiffany Stratton saying she's been able to hold on to her gold, setting up their match for SummerSlam. So we'll see what happens with that. I thought it was a good show. Good shows from both Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, definitely good.
Got some good developments. We're going to be making our picks next week for SmackDown, for SummerSlam. So we'll get into that next week. But before we get out of here, let's get into TNA Slammiversary. Showing some love to TNA. I thought it was a pretty good show from what I saw. Trick Williams having the chorus out there, if we want to start with that, with the title match. The title match between him, Joe Hendry, and Santana, him picking up the win. Brian, I think you caught it. I don't know if Lewis, you caught it, but what did you guys think about that? You guys saw it?
No, I wasn't. No, it was definitely very entertaining. I know that obviously being in the New York area, that Santana was like a huge, he was a people wanted him to walk out with the title, and the fact that that Trick ended up winning, that was actually a point of contention on social media because people just felt that it's in New York, it's their summer pay per view. If you're gonna pull the trigger on Santana, that was the perfect.
Yeah. Well, don't we know from history that?
But TNA
for not giving people titles in their hometowns.
Yeah, but here's the thing with WWE. In WWE, yes, but for TNA's kind of had like this reputation of not pulling the trigger at certain times when they've needed to. And a lot of guys, like it took Joe Hendry forever to finally actually win the world title. People have been calling for that for a number of months before it actually happened. So with them, they really wait and really kind of cherry pick the moment to Christian somebody in a sense. I
don't know. He's been around so long. It's like, why wouldn't he get that opportunity? They've given Eddie Edwards that type of opportunity. They've given other guys that type of opportunity to win the title. So I don't know. Maybe they just think they're just trying to hold it on Trick right now. But
I mean, I didn't say exactly. I didn't think it was such a big deal because in my mind, I'm just thinking, I'm like, well, when is TNA's biggest show? It's Bound for Glory, right? So, and I think that's in what. Typically, it's in September or October.
Yeah, it's coming
up. More than likely, that's probably where it would happen, and we're just getting. They're just telling a story right now.
And I don't know. I felt it weird that Trick won the title in the first place, but I don't know how TNA is benefiting from that with him having the title. And
I thought it was going to be a different outcome based on just like how many people they had in the match, but on the outside doing all this other stuff. So it's like, what is going on?
Again, we were talking off the air about TNA when we all had decided that we were gonna watch the show, and we looked at the card, and then watching the show, I noticed like, bro, there's a lot of like ex WWE guys in this company on this card, and
the Hardys, the Rascals.
Exactly. and then we just off the air, we named all of their homegrown guys that we saw. We talked about Eddie Edwards, we talked about Moose, we talked about Leon Slater, who won the X Division championship. And then
I'm glad they got that belt off of Moose, by the way. Like, he does not need to be X Division champion. He needs to be in the main event. I think that's where they should go.
I mean, that was still a good matchup for what's his name?
Leon Slater.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
I mean, there was
that handoff of the title was worked really well. So they obviously have respect for each other and everything. So
and there was a couple of like a year or two ago where they'd had Moose positioned like Roman Reigns. Like he was winning matches, but he was in that. We saw the system. He was world champion. He was the leader of the company, calling himself like the god of wrestling. So they have him.
Like Josh Alexander.
Yeah, so he's definitely been in that position like recently. So it's not like they put the X Division on him. It kind of may have been a downgrade, but it's not like Moose hasn't been in the world title picture recently. So he'll be all right.
We got JC Jane becoming the new Knockouts title and retaining her NXT title over Masha Slamovich, which I
couldn't believe that.
I knew that was out of nowhere.
As soon as the match, I realized that was a match. I knew JC Jane was going to win, and I knew.
Yeah.
You knew that was going to happen, but
why would they? I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe at some point TNA is going to get their titles back because I mean they have to. But
that's what it is. That's what this is all. That's what I'm thinking. This is all going to be. This is going to be like like one of those like rallying cry storylines. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like on the next episode of Impact where they have everybody around the ring, and then you have like Santana, Hendry, a couple of guys in the ring saying, "Guys, our world titles are gone. Like we need to come together. We need to come together and protect TNA." Like,
if we're looking at the storyline, I think Kaz has to get involved because he's kind of the veteran of TNA. Like because you're looking at Joe Hendry has had multiple times to get the title back. Santana has had multiple times to get the title.
I mean,
they have.
Yeah, now Santana has. He had the match on NXT against Trick.
Yeah,
and the triple threat. Yeah.
So I'm just like, they've had their opportunities. Somebody else got to step up. It's got to be Moose. It's got to be Kazarian. I keep saying Kazarian if people don't know.
Frankie Kazarian.
Yep.
Frankie Kazarian, yeah. And he has this new gimmick that he's been trotting out and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought the match between Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander was pretty good. I thought Mustafa Ali broke his neck. I'm sorry. What when Mustafa Ali dove out the ring? I'm like, why didn't anybody catch him?
So he actually explained on social media what happened, and like he didn't blame those guys. I think it was more him. I think like he put the blame on himself.
He kind of gunshot a little too fast. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, Daniel, it's Mustafa Ali. You gotta say it right. Mustafa.
You can't butcher that one, Dan.
I'm gonna be like WWE and just put it in one name, Ali, and just go that route. But I thought that
match between those two guys was great, though.
They have chemistry from was it the Cruiserweight Classic?
Cruiserweight division, yeah. Like they mentioned that on commentary too, talking about the match that they had on the pre-show before the WrestleMania.
A beautiful world where other promotions acknowledge past history.
Yeah, we talk about ex-WWE talent. Both of those guys, one of the color commentator is a former ex-WWE wrestler. The play-by-play guy was a former play-by-play guy with NXT and WWE. So it's like again.
We also had the Hardys retaining their tag. Did they win? No, they beat the Nemets because the Nemets were the tag team champions. The Hardys just keep winning those tag times. We got to talk about AJ Francis in that ladder match. So he took a nasty fall outside the ring.
Yeah.
He's an idiot. I'm just gonna say that.
Nah, man. Because now if he sees this, he's gonna go crazy. Come on, man.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because clearly he mistimed his jump. And I keep saying this: when he was climbing the ladder, he should have been on both feet on the same level. He had his left foot lower than the right, and when the Rascals or the Nemets pushed the ladder, he jumped. He had to jump to miss the rope, otherwise he would have broke his neck, and he almost died anyway. What is up with this guy?
Yeah, but wasn't there one spot during that match where, like, I don't know if he did it off the top rope or
he did a moonsault.
He did like a moonsault or a foot flip or something like. I saw that and I was just like, yeah, see, I tried to see, y'all need to take all that shit back from what happened years ago when he flopped over the top rope. He can do this stuff, bro. I've seen him.
He did a moonsault off the ladder, and I thought it was great. I was like,
he can do this stuff, bro. I just told you that was just one bad time.
Yeah.
And then he took it right away, Brian. He took it right away with that.
I mean, at least he showed even though he landed badly, at least he did jump.
That is true.
At least he did jump.
But the Hardys retaining winning the tag team titles again in TNA. So who knows how many times they've won that title.
And now they're gonna face Team 3D in Lowell, Mass. We all need to go.
What is that? Is that Bound for Glory? Is that Bound for Glory?
Bound for Glory.
Yeah, I think I did send it to the chat.
Yes, we need to go.
When is
October?
All right, so October in Lowell, Massachusetts at that auditorium.
Yes, we need to go.
Yeah, if it's in October, we might have to. Yeah. I mean, especially
we know those tickets aren't going to be expensive, so we got
no. Those are going to be NXT prices.
If I see $90 front row seats, we going.
I'm trying to just get the date. October 12th.
Yes.
October 12th. Okay.
We need to go.
Yeah, that's not too far. But looking at that, I thought it was great. AJ Styles came back. I thought Why didn't they have? If they're gonna have somebody, I guess because he's at SummerSlam and stuff. He's at other stuff. He's trying to chase the IC title. But it's like, if we're gonna have anybody step up to Trick Williams' reign of TNA, it should be the old stalwart of AJ Styles. I mean, I understand that it kind of felt like it was that Christian situation where they had to exchange Christian back because they had Ric Flair going into the Hall of Fame, I think, or something like that, or whatever it was. I'm not sure, but using AJ to prop up Leon Slater, I get that, but it's like, this is AJ Styles' first time returning in over a decade. I'm like,
it was a generational thing. I mean, he was a former.
They should have used him in a better capacity.
I was very curious to see how they were going to use AJ because I'm like, wait, if he's on this, I'm like, is he having a match or what? He just came out just to congratulate him and then kind of just talk about like, this is my home, this is where I cut my teeth and blah blah blah, and that was it. It was like,
I mean, it was a good endorsement. I know for Leon Slater,
for sure.
For Leon Slater, that was everything. So that was a good positive. But I do agree. Like, it would have been nice to, like, if you had them in a match, or what if there was
or screw someone or something,
or what if there was like a young up and comer who had been talking shit all for weeks, saying I can beat anybody from TNA from the past or anything, and then AJ comes out and challenges him. That would have been perfect. Like, if you wanted to put the spotlight on somebody, like, yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it was a good show from TNA. The one thing I want to say, their ring is very small. And I don't know if that's to fit more people in the arena, but I'm like, that ring is small as hell.
See, that's another thing. When you watch other promotions, you can't help but like compare it to WWE sometimes. And you try, and mentally you try not to, because you realize, okay, it's a different promotion. You got to watch it for what it is. But you always end up doing that. Like, because I noticed that too.
But that's my main thing. Was it? I don't think it was as bad as AEW, but their ring is small. But I thought TNA was pretty good. Had a good showing. We're going to pick it up with our picks next week for SummerSlam and get into that. We'll pick it up there. Thank you guys for joining me, and until next time, always kick out on 2.